welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Brianna and this is my life on paper. I am playing with Mad About Mini paper pads. There's a whole group that are playing below, so they're all listed. Go check them out. They are very talented people and I enjoy playing along with them a lot. So I have two photos to work with. They will be the last layout I will be doing of my friend Becky's daughter's wedding. We had a great time. It was actually at a museum, at a maritime museum. So here's a submarine. We were outside. The reception was inside, but the eating was inside, but the party was outside. So it was very cool. So I have these photos. The sketch I'm using is Lisa Sikorsky's Scrapbook sketch, and it is sketch number 56. And it's got those fun rays. I call them shards, but I think more pleasantly it would be called rays. And that's going to be the most difficult thing of this whole layout. I have lots of fun things to play with. This is going to be the companion page to a page that you would have seen earlier from me. I will have that linked below. This was when we were inside eating. Very fun. So I have similar colors. I went in and just grabbed a couple of things. I have a label. I've got some flowers. I've got a flower brad. I've got some sparkly brads. I went and I don't have a lot of yellow stuff, so I grabbed a bunch of yellow stuff to play with, including metal. I have, boy, losing my words. These are from the dollar store, the $1.25, and they're jewels, so that's a possibility. Some washi stickers. These I'm probably not going to use, but these were kind of in the... This is a super fun sketch to work with. So the first thing I do is trim those 6x6 paper pads down to the rays, which I just did randomly, which if you've watched my channel before is difficult for me. This was not that difficult. It's, you know, just making those rays. There's no rules. You can make them as thin or as thick as you want. And when I'm done with them, I end up with one more than what is on the sketch, and it's very full, which is fine. I like it that way. And I had a couple left over that were probably on the thinner side, so I just picked those out, kept the thicker ones, and I liked the way it looked. And it just was back and forth trimming. And then I did throw away the piece that ended up on the ends, because it would have been like a diagonal kind of cut along with that straight cut, and it didn't make sense for anything, except for the one piece that ended up with two straight cuts. Don't ask me how I did that. I have no idea. So, and then the next thing I do is trim off basically the branding strip, the hole up there. If it was on the inside, I totally didn't worry about it because it was getting tucked in, but there were a couple. You'll probably see me trim one more that was on the outside, and so I just trim those off, and you can't tell they're any shorter than the other ones. There's where I switch out the thinner one. Probably that one too. Oh, nope, I'm going to trim off the end. But like I said, you can't tell it all. It's not like it makes it short. And this is, again, another random part of just, you know, getting them in that fan shape. Used one more than the sketch, and mine are probably thicker than what the sketch is too, but it's a good way to use these 6x6 pads. I would totally do it again. And I love the colors. The companion page, I grabbed the colors because of my husband's shirt, which these pictures I didn't mention, but you probably don't know, but there's an app out there, Be Real. It's like a Snapchat type thing where once a day it goes off. You take a picture wherever you are. It takes a front picture at the same time it's taking a backward picture. A selfie picture, front facing picture at the same time. And so then you get to see what you're looking at plus yourself. And it's fun, and what we've been doing with our kids. The picture on here of me is tiny. It's the one of Becky. It's tiny up in the corner, and it looks terrible, but I'm documenting it anyway. So then I just glue down the rays with my ATG gun, and then I have the 49 and Market stitching washi tape. So that's what I'm going to do as well. And I did decide to back the photos with the chevron paper just to bring some more of those colors in near the paper. You won't see a lot of it. It's a quarter of an inch all the way around that it was matted, but, and I'm sorry, I'm off camera there. I got slid down, but it's pretty straightforward. And just a quarter of an inch around the whole picture. One picture is smaller than the other just because it had some of the writing from the app on there that I didn't want on there. But again, after this is all done, you won't notice that at all. And if I hadn't said anything, you probably wouldn't notice it. But in the final picture, you can see the picture of my husband is just a little bit bigger, I mean smaller than the other picture of Becky. And I did want to put them with Becky on the left in that there was a little, I knew that the right-hand side could be overlapped a little bit. And then I will scoot up the page so you really can see what I'm doing. I think it keeps sliding. I keep sliding it closer to me for some reason, but it does get up higher later on. And here I'm just going, is this what I want to use to do the little above and below paper? And I decide, yep, I do, but first do the washi tape. This is really cool. I mean, it looks like stitching. Obviously, you can see the white a little bit on these pattern papers, but it is pretty darn cool, and you don't have to get out your stamp, and you certainly don't have to stitch anything, so it makes it super convenient and it gives it a cool look. The mini paper, Mad About Mini Paper Pads top is something we do once a month. It's a good way to use your 6x6 paper pads, or any paper pads for that matter. There's 6x8. It can be little 2x2s. There's no rules. Just getting out your mini paper pads and using them. I've had fun with that. You can see everybody that's playing along this month linked below, and check them out. Everyone always has great ideas. I'm always so impressed. Just finishing up the washi tape and getting that stuck underneath the photo. And then I'll come back and trim the other 6x6 pad down to, I start off with 2-inch strips by 6. I trim them down to 5x2, and by the end I decide it just needs to be like 1 inch just to tuck them in at the bottom and the top. So I trim those up with my nice guillotine Fiskars trimmer. That's nice. I like it for smaller cuts. I like the one with the wire with the 12x12 for the bigger cuts. So here I slide it up so you can see. So I get the first one down, and then I do get my ruler out for the second one just to line it up so it does look like it's one continuous piece of paper. Perfect. And then I go for all the goodies that go around. That heart is a Ellie Studio, and it's just a little journaling block there, so that goes perfect there. And this, I make my title. It says, love this moment, and I really couldn't get it to work, and I thought, well, I'm just going to trim her down. And I did use it. It's a double title, love this moment, but I got them both on there. And maybe it gives it a little more impact by saying it twice. But I know that I didn't want to throw it away or lose it, so it gives those little hearts in there too. Very cute. And then I go to find other goodies to put on there. I wasn't sure on the heart. I think it's just a little bit different color, although it does really match on top. So I tried that yellow tag. There was no way the yellow tag was going to fit. And out of this little bag, I found 2 yellow hearts. These have been in my stash for a very long time. Oh, probably at least 20 years, if not more. So those I know had to go on the page. Then this is my sticker sheet from Home Sweet Home. I'll probably be using this collection for Obsession collection in the future, not this month. And I found the blue heart off of there, and I also find a blue arrow as well as a kind of a teal hexagon. So I use that blue heart to layer on top of the journaling place and put my 2 yellow hearts on top of there. This piece, that's another Ellie Studio. It says remember, And then I even thought, can I stick a sticker over the top that says remember? I end up finding that yellow piece, that label is a Nicole Jones 911 printable, and it has room for journaling, but I just covered it up with a arrow, and you can't really see those lines for journaling. I believe I'll have room on the other side of the page for journaling. Um, so I'm going to stick that down, and then I also find a little word piece that says cherish. That's going to end up in that hexagon. And then I use a yellow clip. It's a spiral paper clip. Thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon for another video.